Hello, in this training video, we're going to look at how to edit your categories and your items in the system. We will input your inventory for you as long as you provide that to us, but it's nice to be able to know how to make these changes on your own. We always want to empower you to have full control over your account and make any changes that you would like to. As you've seen, we have a bunch of settings and a bunch of different features in the system after 14 years, but feel free to jump in and explore that. Know that we have a lot of training resources available for you, especially in that system configuration training, and our team is happy to help out. We're going to start under the Admin tab, and then in the submenu, select Products, and let's start off with Categories. Categories are the start of your store. This is what appears first. If I click the logo in the top left, we'll go back to the website. So our categories are appearing under this rentals. And if I scroll down in our main store element, all the categories are appearing here. Then if we click into a category, items get assigned to the category. If we go back to the control panel, you can see there's a few different columns here. And one of them is display to customer. You have the option to choose display yes, display no, or display admin only. For example, this hidden category is a special one. If you need to add things like steaks or sandbags and you just want to track those, you would put those in your hidden category. Maybe even different flavors for snow cones, something that's free that you're giving out but you still want to track inventory on, you would just pop into the hidden category, because those don't need to go into your website. Customers don't need to see those. But for the rest, all you do is set up a name. So let's click in. We went in to edit our bounce houses category. You can modify the name of it. Just note that this will also modify the link to the category. You can keep the link the same and just modify the name only by using the field right below it, which is why this field is optional. An added benefit is you can put code in here. So if you wanted to make it bold or make it a different color, you can do that using the special display name field, but don't put any code in the name field. The schedule profile is really, really important. This is way more advanced system configuration. By default, we set up everything to use main, just based off of your pricing and how you allow customers to rent things. But all of that is determined by the schedule profile. If you want more details, I suggest checking out the system configuration. If you have a complicated setup and you're doing a lot of different pricing options and availability for a wide range of products, it'd be best to reach out to either your onboarding manager or technical support. But by default, you can usually always use main. That's the primary one that everything is set up under. And then below that is our display to customer field. You don't need to worry about register only, but all these are options for you. Next up, we have the picture in the description. So of course, picture is what is appearing on our website. You can click that and choose from existing pictures, or click the choose file to upload one from your computer. And if you have pictures that you want to get rid of, if you hover over it, notice how a delete button pops up right below. Then we have our description box with our same editor. Anything that you put in the description box appears right here beneath the category name. So this could be good for adding content for customers or maybe just for your website for SEO purposes. And at the bottom, another reminder, we do have our AI assistant to help you write that content. Below that, there are some additional fields for more complex configurations. Meta info is tied to SEO. You can have parent and secondary categories. So maybe you wanted to do an all inflatables as a parent category, and then beneath that have bounce houses, water slides, combos. It all just depends on how you want to set up your inventory, especially if you do have a larger inventory. Fields for taxable and different coding. You can also set up specific setup fees per category or per item. So you could charge a grass setup fee for all water slides to be $20 if you wanted to. And then there is the driver pay rate. Normally, pay rate's calculated from the user section. You can do an hourly pay rate, but that could vary depending upon the items. Maybe it's harder for an employee to set up a rock wall, so you pay them a little bit more anytime that they have to set up that item. So that was some extra detail for you. Really, if you're just adding categories, you just fill out these top 6 sections. The name, the special display name is optional. You can stick with the main schedule profile unless it's a more complicated configuration. How and where you want it to display, a picture, and then a description. From there, just hit save or submit. And of course, you could edit any existing categories just by clicking on them, or add a new one by clicking Add New. On the far right-hand side, 2 more helpful icons. There's the trash can to delete any categories that you don't want. And this blue and yellow icon stands for copy. So you can copy an existing category or an existing item too, and then just change what you need to. Usually copying is the easiest way to make a new category because a lot of that's pre-populated, and then you just change what you need to. So I hope this was helpful. In our next video, we'll get into how to edit your items.